Okay, now can you hear me? Yay! All right, I need my comments. Yay. Welcome to Wednesday's card challenge. Okay, this whole month has been World Watercolor Month, and I have been doing watercolor tutorials for you guys on Monday. So the first Monday I did just a watercolor wash. The second Monday, or the day before yesterday, I did detailed watercoloring using Stays On ink as a so you can see the lines of the stamp, and then you color in the stamp. Today, I'm going to share with you how to do no line watercoloring. Okay. Your challenge this week will be to do a watercolor card. Now, you don't have to do a no line watercoloring. No line watercoloring is a little more difficult. It's not so much difficult as it is just time. It just takes a lot of patience and it's slow. So I am going to take you through the whole watercolor, how to do a no line watercolor, but I've already finished the card. So that's all I'm going to do on this video is show you how to do the no line watercoloring. I'm also going to share with you who won last week. Hello. Wow. Look at all these people. I love how the names just whoosh, all of a sudden pop up. It's like there must be a delay or something. I love it. I got Tammy Roberts from Canada and Debbie Spicer and Tony. Thank you for sharing. You guys remember when you share the videos, more people find it and then more people join us. And it's so much fun here. I love it. And I love how y'all talk to each other. It's so cool. I got Mary from California, and I got Ann from Georgia. Wow. And Linda's watching on YouTube. So I have some of you on YouTube. Kim's on YouTube and a lot of you on Facebook. So I think that's really cool that I can stream to both at the same time. All right. I've been talking long enough. Let's get to it. So I need to share the screen. Hold on. Give me just a sec. I got to pull up. And I never know how this works. Okay. Great. Where is it? Is that it? A Chrome tab? Nope, that's not it. Water. I apologize. We're going to do something here. Okay. Now, come back to this. Okay, I don't want that. No. Fiddle-dee-dee. Remove. Okay. Share screen. I apologize, you all. My technology is pretty crazy. All right, so there it is. All right, it's very small, but hopefully you all can see that. No, you cannot see that. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, anyways, it is Maria Rosales, and she did this amazing watercolor painting with a beautiful flower. She stamped it with the Stays On and then went in with the watercolors. She is just, I wish I got that larger. Like I said, I apologize, but you all give Maria a big shout out. Congratulations. And Maria, I'll be sending you a little prize. And yes, I do have your address. All right, let's get back to our lesson for the day. And I'm going to remove this. Whoops, sorry. Remove. There we go. And okay, no line watercoloring technique. Well, first of all, you need some watercolor paper. Okay, got to have some watercolor paper. I have some scrap paper. Okay, the trick to no line watercoloring, there's two tricks. The first trick is you need a very light color to stamp in. Now, I have pale papaya. That is very light, or you could do like a Sahara sand. But whatever you do, how this works is as you color, your paintbrush is going to pick up the ink. This is a water-based ink, and it's going to blend in. The other thing is we are doing dry paper. Okay, we're not putting any water on the paper. Remember, watercolor goes wherever the water goes. All right, so you don't want a bunch of water because we want this to look like a watercolor painting. All right, let me get this moved over. Now, I'm using pale papaya. Like I said, you can use Sahara sand. You can use, if you use a light gray, try stamping off first before you stamp it because gray is really dark. Our grays are. Anyways, his little hands are pale papaya. And so that is why I've decided to use pale papaya. And this is how you do this. So all we're going to do is just stamp him down there, and you can see the lines beautifully right now so that I can color. However, I'm not going to see the lines when I'm finished. Let's zoom in a little bit so you all can see, and help me to remember to stay in the camera. All right, I have a bowl of water here. Okay, it's off to the side. You can't really see it in the camera. Now, the other thing is your paintbrush. You need a very, very fine-tipped paintbrush. So our water painters, we have 3 sizes. Come here. Give me the other 2. We have this very wide brush. Whoops, stay in the camera. For doing where you want a lot of coverage, like maybe a background wash. Then we have this medium sized brush. Now it does come to a fine tip, but we need a very fine tip. Okay, so this is the littlest one. We're going to be using this one. All right. And remember, our water painters, they have water in the barrel, so you don't have to keep dipping it in the water. The bristles stay wet. And then if you need more water, you just squeeze. Okay. All right. I'm going to check and make sure everything's going good before I really get started. We have a lot of congratulations from Maria. Yes, yes, yes. Love it. And Carla says that she was late. She couldn't find Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you found us, Carlos. All right. We are ready to begin. So I've stamped it in pale papaya because I really needed a light line that can like disappear once I start coloring. We're going to start with his hat, and I'm using, I forgot to tell you, I'm using the Kindest Gnomes stamp set. I love this. I love gnomes. I have some cute little sunflower yellow gnomes in my front yard right now. Love gnomes. And I use the die because I'm cutting the gnome out. And then this is the gnome paper. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? So this is what gave me the idea. So we're going to make our gnome look like this gnome. And notice, so this looks like, I'm going to pull this up so you can see it. See how there's no line where his sleeve is and his little mitten is? Okay, that, it looks like, an illustrated watercolor painting from like, a storybook, and hence the name of this suite, the Storybook Gnomes. But so that's what we're going to do. Now you're going, well, how are you going to do that with this orange ink? Well, let me show you the trick. So we're going to start. We need ink on our palette. So you just squeeze the case and you get ink on the inside. And we are not going to get much water on here at all. Okay. Like I said, the bristles are a little damp because it is a water barrel. Okay. We're going to pick it up and we are going to follow. Well, we may need a little more water than that. All right. We're going to follow the lines. Okay. With the dark, and like, this is why we need a very fine tip. And this is going to take a bit of time. You got to just go slow and go careful. Okay. Oh, Cindy's from British Columbia. Hello, Cindy. Welcome to Creating with Kristina. Oh, and I also had some of you guys asking, are you going live on Mondays? No, I've stopped going live on Mondays because there's just too much going on right now. And 3 times a week was just too much. And so Mondays instead are pre-recorded. And right now I'm doing a watercolor series. And as when I finish the watercolor series at the end of July, I'll start some other series. But I also found that going live, that'd take a little longer. And I wanted some shorter videos where I just got to the point. Okay, now that I've got that outlined, and I'll keep doing it over there, but before this gets too dry, I've added some water now to my brush. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm now pulling the color. It's still going to be pretty dark around the lines, around the edge. Okay. There we go. And you just kind of rub it back and forth as you paint, okay, to catch. Okay, that's getting a little too light. Yeah. You don't want the line to show. You want it to, like, well, be no line. Hence the name. Oh, sometimes I just crack myself up. Oh, I'm silly. Okay, here we go. And now let's get in here, get some color. Now, like I said, you really can't go fast, okay? And you just keep adding ink so that, and then water, and it shades it, but it also kind of blends in so that you can't see the line. Okay. You see, like you can see that line right there. So I need more color. Okay. There we go. And we're just going to keep painting until we get this done. Like I said, it does take a little bit of time. That's why I've already finished the card for you. I'll show you the card when I'm done here. And it's a fun technique to learn. You may not want this to be your very first watercolor project. Like I said, last Monday or 2 Mondays ago, I did a watercolor wash. That is the easiest watercolor technique for everything. I mean, just do a watercolor wash and it's so cool. Then the next easiest is where you stamp in StazOn, and I want to show you the difference. So this is Mementos and this is StazOn. Whoops, can't see camera. Okay, this is Mementos, this is StazOn. StazOn does not activate in water. Water will not make this run, okay? So you don't want to use StazOn if you're trying to do no lines because the lines won't disappear. Black is what you want. If you're trying to, if you need a dark black color in your painting, you'll want the Mementos, which I'm going to use on his mouth. All right, I'm getting in here. Like I said, you just got to be patient. Kind of come in here where the lines are with super dark and then add just a teeny bit of water, not much. Like I said, I'm not even pressing the barrel. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then if you get too much water, that's why you have a paper towel. You can dab it off. Okay. And come in here. Oops. Oh, I love how y'all are talking to each other. That's so cool. Okay, and then all right. All right, so his little hat, he still has too much lightness on this side because you can still see the lines on the edge of his hat. If you still see the lines on the edge of the hat, kind of let it dry for a minute and then you can come back in and add some more color. All right, now that his hat's done, he's also going to have the same color pants. So I'm going to come in here and right where his sleeve is in the mitt. Okay. And the bottom of the pants and his beard. And this is another reason you really need a fine tip brush to get into these little bitty places. Okay. All right. And once you've outlined it, okay, then you come in with just a wee bit of water, not much water at all, or you will make the lines show back up. Okay. There we go. And do the other pair of pants, or other side of his pants. And one more time, the way I decided to paint this is I'm just copying the paper. Okay. And I looked on the paper color palette, and this is Pacific Point. Okay. There we go. Oh, and okay. And then I'm just thinking that needs just a little bit lighter in the middle. Not too much, though. Like I said, I don't want the lines to show. Okay, we've finished with Pacific Point. Okay, we're going to rinse off our brush. Put this away. And the next color I'm using is the Balmy Blue for his shirt and his beard. So his beard and his shirt both have Balmy Blue. And so I'm picking up the ink. And I'm coming in here. Okay. There we go. I also like how watercolor gets a little lighter as it dries. It's another really cool thing. Okay. Okay. And if it's too dark everywhere, you can kind of come in with the water. You can also, another technique to lighten things up is to dab it with the paper towel. Now the lines show again, however. So now I've got to go back over it with the color because I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to lighten it up a little bit. Okay. I've got too much water on here. That's my problem. I'm going to dip it in the actual ink pad. I think there's too much water on my palette. Okay. All right. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. It's just, water's just going everywhere now. Okay. All right. All right. I'm finished with that part of his shirt. But now what I'm going to do, the lines on his beard, I'm actually going to try to keep because, well, I want that detail in there. Okay. So I'm just coming in, and what I'm doing is I'm just taking my brush and I'm just kind of going over each of the lines so he doesn't have an orange beard. All right. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now, he still looks a little odd, but that's okay. He's going to get better. Next color is, so his little nose and his little mittens are going to be this pale papaya. All right. Now, I definitely need to make sure I don't have any blue on my paintbrush. How we doing? I got Mickey says good morning. Susan says, do you have to have special paper to do this? Yes, you do. You have to have watercolor paper. So we sell watercolor paper, but you can get it at any craft store. And it doesn't, at this stage, our watercolor paper that we sell is a good quality watercolor paper. But if you just go to Michael's and get some watercolor paper, it'll be fine. All right, definitely want darker than that. I need to squeeze my pad more. So the way you get ink on the pad is you squeeze like that. There we go. Okay. Now this is the same color as his mint, so it should blend beautifully. Okay, and his little nose. Yep. And like I said, if you want it darker, you just come in here and you add more color. You can let it dry. If it's wet, it's going to just keep bleeding everywhere or blending everywhere. So I'm going to let that dry and add some more color in just a minute. Okay, and that mitt. And now we're going to do early espresso for his boots and a little bit of black for his mouth. Here's early espresso. Oops. Not sure what I was doing there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I can tell I got too much water again. Okay. All right, and we're going to do the little laces. And then come around on where the lines are with your paintbrush, just very lightly. Okay. And let that dry a bit. Go over to the other boot. There we go. So this is all there is to no line watercoloring. Grays and tans work a little bit better than the pale papaya. Like I said, I used pale papaya so his nose and his hands didn't have lines, but I see I've got too much water here. You've really got to be careful not to get too much water. All right. Okay. And then once you've done that, now you kind of come in and rub it to pull the color into the rest of the piece. And then if it still looks like it has a line, you just add more color till it kind of fades away. There we go. All right. And now I've definitely got to take care of this nose and hands. Like I said, I dropped water on his beard. That is not good. Be very careful. Uh-oh. See what happens? Oh, I've got to go back over that now. All right. Let's finish with his nose and his hands real quick. Okay. Okay. And my blue. I accidentally got that water spot. Okay. There we go. That looks better. Looks okay. All right. His mouth needs to be done, and then I think he's good. Where did my black go? All right. So I'm using black for his mouth. And oops. There we go. All right, so there we go with no line watercolor. It's going to dry. Let me show you the card I made. I cannot wait to see what you all decide for your watercoloring technique. Like I said, so far I've shown you the watercolor wash, using StazOn ink and having lines show. We call that detail watercoloring. And then this is the no line watercoloring. And this is the card I made. So there we go. You can see it. All right, and I just put him on one of the snowflakes we have, and I got the glitter ribbon. I put vellum on top of the blue so that you could see the sentiment here. Okay, I love this paper, snowflakes and everything. All right, let's come back over here. Okay, remember when you are entering the card challenge, you're going to go to the Facebook page. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll need to go to the Facebook page. If you're on the Facebook page, the place where you post your picture of your watercolor card is the pinned post at the top of the Facebook page, Creating with Kristina. Right now, I still have the red and green card challenge up there where Maria won. But they'll be moving and the watercolor challenge will be put there. Okay. Do we have any other questions? All right. I'm going to be back for Fun Fold Friday. Also up in the corner here, I have more. I'm putting a link to all my other watercolor videos so you can watch those. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget, it's celebration. For every $50 you spend, you're getting to choose a free item. We also have a joining special where you get this amazing planner bundle, all kinds of cool stuff. All right. You all have a blessed day. Love you. And I will see y'all on Friday.